Hi, Ashley Miller, Anchorage, Alaska, age 26 here again. My voice is driving me nuts. I already naturally have a raspy voice, but I smoke and that doesn't help. And then I'm kind of losing it, so now I feel like I sound like a man. um, I'm not sure if I made a video yesterday. Yesterday was pretty crazy. My new counselor. I went and saw her because she's my last resort. Not my last resort, but the only person I know to contact right now about getting this X-ray or whatever of my brain to see if there's anything wrong. Because, like I said in my past videos, all the medicine, all the therapy, it's I'm not gonna say it doesn't help at all, but it's not changing me. I still get to the point where I'm suicidal, and I still have my highs and my lows, and, I'm sick of the paying for different medicines every week, like the anxiety medicines, they'll keep changing those because they're not working, or changing the sleeping medicines, and I have all this medicine that I can't use that I paid for, and I mean, thank God I'm not a pill popper or a drug addict, because I'd be fucked up. Because I got quite the supply. But anyway, so I go to this doctor and I tell her, I really want this recommendation. And this counselor is I don't know, the second time I've met her. And she's cutting me off the entire time I'm talking. And I was pretty manic yesterday, and I just wanted to scream at her to shut up, because it's I'm there to talk, not you. I talk, you observe, you give me a suggestion. Well, she barely let me even finish my sentence. And so I'm trying to explain to her I want this X-ray, and she asked me, well, why do you want this X-ray? And I've never heard of anyone with your disorders getting MRIs or ETT scans, and you just have a mood disorder. That's all it is. And I'm like, well, actually, I talked to a neurologist, and they said that, it's actually quite common when someone's been diagnosed with all these things for them to do that. And she says, oh, so you've been calling this doctor, you've been calling that doctor, and this doctor, and oh, so you're obsessed about it. And, yeah, that's part of your condition. And, try to totally turn it around that, the only reason I'm thinking this is because my thoughts are messed up, and telling me that, I need to, she does her little whole hand, you need to lower your obsession, and you need to focus on what's important, like your daughter, and, not neglect her with being obsessed with things like this. That pissed me off, because it's first of all, bitch, I don't neglect my daughter. Number two, I'm doing this for my daughter so I can get better, because what you guys are doing isn't working. And how can you say that she's like, by looking at you, you seem fine. And I'm thinking, I'm manic right now. What do you want me to do? Reveal what I'm actually feeling inside? Because what I'm feeling inside is I want to talk a million miles an hour, and I want to yell at you, and I want to break your desk. You want me to do that? Why can't I just tell you how I'm feeling? Instead of do I really need to display it? And basically called me a liar that I was fine because I appeared fine. And, was just totally discouraging. And she goes, I said, I'm going to pursue this no matter what anybody says. I'm going to keep trying to do it. And she goes, well, no one's going to recommend it, and you're not going to get anywhere. So if you want to waste your money, that's fine. And it was just totally rude. And I told her that I wanted a new counselor to see if I connect with somebody else. And I wasn't rude about it. I just said, I just picked at my old counseling office the first person they gave me, and I just want to see who's here, see who I connect with the best. And then she started interrogating, well, what do you think about me? And just trying to make me uncomfortable. And I don't know if that's like something that they're supposed to ask, and I told her how I felt. I was honest, I think she's too blunt. I don't think she listens. And then she basically told me that I'm probably not going to get another counselor. And I will go without a counselor because I'm not going to go somewhere that I'm going to feel more upset at the end than when I actually went in. So that's kind of what's going on there. And then I accidentally hit someone. Not really hard, but I broke my tail light. So that sucked. And then this lady that's kind of been a mentor for me, my brother's military, so she works on base, but we'll meet for coffee, and she helps me call doctors and what doctor do I need to call next, and basically a mentor. Well, she tells me that her boss tells her that we're no longer allowed to talk because I need to pursue long-term treatment, which I'm thinking, isn't that what we're doing here? So now I lost her. It made me feel like crap because my grandma and her are like the only people I feel like I can really talk to. And then I go home and my brother tells me that I have until January 19th to move out. And I'm like, this is the best fucking day ever. And I'm like, well, why? Like, what did I do, And he says, well, I didn't realize how sick you were when you moved in. The whole point in me moving in, he begged me for 3 or 4 months to move in because I was sick and he wanted me to focus on my therapy and my meds, which I have totally done. And now he's kicking me out because I'm too sick. He's like, you're just too depressing. And I'm thinking, I stay in my room a lot, because you guys don't, I didn't say this, but I'm thinking, I stay in my room most of the time because I feel like I'm intruding when I come upstairs. So I give them their space. And I don't see how I could be depressing. And that I'm disrespectful because I broke some things. And all the things that got broke were an accident. And one of the things that he said I broke was already broken when I moved in. And then my daughter broke a coffee cup. And I forgot to tell them because everything's been crazy lately with doctors and the tension at home. It wasn't like I purposely was trying to hide it or, anything like that. So I said, and then he brought up me not having a job. Well, when I moved in, he told me he didn't want me to get a job, that he wanted me to focus on my therapy. So I said, well, if I get a job and find a way to contribute, will that work? And he says, no. And I said, well, I thought we were going to be a family. I thought that we were going to work through this together. And he says, I don't think you're going to get the family that you're looking for here. And it's like he made all these promises. He begged me. I moved an hour and 15 minutes away from where I was. I was living in a place called Big Lake, which is, some people call it a hillbilly town. But, it's so beautiful. There's, the mountains and there's trees everywhere. And the moose scare me, but there's a lot of moose. But it's cool seeing them. I had 2 eagles in my yard all the time. It was just beautiful. And, I finally trust him and move in. And he said, if we ever have any issues, because I told him, that it seems like no matter where I go, I have issues with people. And he says, we'll talk about it. We'll work through it. And he said, you haven't lashed out or done anything like that. So I'm thinking, I'm being kicked out because I'm too sick. So now me and my daughter are going to have to go live in a fucking shelter, which I can't even find a shelter because any shelter that will accept me have people who are recovering from drugs and coming off alcohol. Yeah, fucking right. I'm not gonna put my child in that. What I'm gonna do is, if I can't find somewhere to go, I'm gonna sleep in my car. And I'm gonna let my ex keep my daughter and I'm gonna go visit her. I refuse to put her in a situation like that. She's too beautiful. She's too amazing. She don't deserve that. you know, so anyway, it's like when it rains, it fucking pours, and my ex is, the car's in his name, and he wants to sell it and have me get a beater car and take all my child support that I get and buy this car. So it's like, well, how am I going to buy stuff for Harmony and, you know, my daughter? And so I'm just kind of at a place where I don't know what to do. And I'm just making a million phone calls, just seeing if I can find some help. But everywhere else is just not working. And I'm going to apply for disability tomorrow, so maybe I can get some income, because I haven't worked in like 8 or 9 months, because like I said, this illness is just like it's skyrocketed this last year. I mean, I've always had a hard time with work. I've always had good reviews, but emotionally I've always had a hard time with work, and like I just haven't been able to go back. So I'm hoping that I can get some assistance there, and that could take a while, but if it does go through, then maybe I'll be able to get an apartment for me and my daughter, and maybe I'll be able to focus on treatment. But that's another thing that makes me mad by my brother doing this. Now I can't focus on my treatment, and I'm at a loss. Like, I used to just pray about stuff, and now it's like, I don't even know if God's real anymore. Like, I don't think that he does all these bad things to people or anything, but I feel like he can heal. And it's like, why hasn't he healed my brain? Like, why hasn't he healed my situation? You know, I feel like I was obedient to him and served him, and just did everything that I thought he would want me to do. You know, if I made a decision, I'd think, okay, does God want me to do this, or does he want me to do that? You know, it wasn't like I was just being some do-gooder and being like, oh, I'm going to get in heaven because I do good things. No, I mean, like, I was reading the Bible. I was educating myself, like, what I believed God wanted me to do. And anyway, now I'm just babbling. But like I told you, I'm going to keep posting every day about my day. And it seems like I can promise there's going to be drama every day or something new. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good day. And no one's leaving comments. Like, I want you to leave comments. I'm not looking to get popular by this. I'm just looking to relate to people and, you know, hear other people's stories, like, and what they've done. And, you know, if you don't have a story that, like, you've been healed, but maybe you're going through a struggle, like, I would love to hear it. Like, it helps me to know I'm not alone. And I don't really know how to do that. I'm kind of nervous about giving out my email anymore, because I keep getting these weird emails about how to get popular on YouTube and get famous, and that's not what this is about to me. So I noticed that there is underneath the screen like a comment area, and it'd be pretty cool if you guys would leave some comments and let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm at the damn doctors again. I gotta get some more information from them. Hate them. But anyway, peace out. We'll talk to you later.